So I'm making this video because I wanted to talk about a graphics card which has been so on my mind as of recently, and not because of, any good ideas or, because of any good reasons. It is entirely because of bad reasons. And I really wanted to make a video on this card, and I thought, why the heck not? Let's just get this card out of the way. This card is the NVIDIA RTX 3050, and not just any NVIDIA RTX 3050. It is, to be more exact, the Palit KalmX 6GB edition, the passively cooled edition of the RTX 3050. And oh my goodness, this card is just so wrong on so many levels, from the looks to the technicality to the practicality to everything. This card is just, oh wow, oh my goodness. From the very first second I saw this card, I was like, nope, no, just get this card as far away from me as possible, because this card, oof. Oh my goodness. So, what do I mean by technicality, looks, and practicality? Well, first let's get the elephant in the room out of the way. The looks. This card is just yikes. The first thing, or the first word that comes to my mind when I look at this card is a cheese grinder. Like, this card literally just looks like one of those cheese grinders, one of those tools that you use to grind cheese. This is literally that. This literally looks like that. It's just, oh my goodness, it's so ugly. And like, could we not have tried at least a bit more to make this card look at least a bit better? Like, they could have at least, I don't know, maybe painted the piece of metal black, or just some kind of nicer looking color, or like a little bit of like a, nicer to the eye color, or like a color which matches the motherboard, or just something similar, But no, they did that. That's not the only issue. They only went with what looks like steel and aluminum, which is just, why? Like, you could have at least, let's say, made the pipes, look, you could have at least made the pipes out of copper and then added some steel and aluminum, to it. So it would have, there would have been more colors, it would have contrasted way more nicely, would have at least looked a lot more interesting. But no, we just decided to go all in with steel and aluminum as it looks, like by the looks of it. And it's just, yikes, it breaks my soul. Now, it's not just that, but the cooler itself, the slab of metal itself, it just looks so ugly. It doesn't look like it fits with the motherboard or the entire graphics card at all. It just looks like some kind of experiment that, I don't know, Linus Tech Tips did and was just left sitting there for years. And not only that, but the overall design, like if you're at least gonna make a passively cooled GPU, then at least make the slab of metal, aka the cooler on it, at least look somewhat good. It doesn't look good, and it looks like it does not pair with the graphics card at all, and this just looks like some kind of custom Frankenstein experiment of a GPU. Now with the looks out of the way, let's get with the practical parts with it, or basically just the practicality of this. Like, what was even the thought process of making a passively cooled RTX 3050? Like, I get it if it was an older GPU or a way more efficient GPU which uses way less power and hence also creates way less heat, but what was the thought process of making a graphics card with a slab of metal. Like, this is just a graphics card with a slab of metal on it. Like, it's just as if I would take a graphics card that I already have, took out the fans, and then that would be it. Like, that would just be it. And it just, like, it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right, and it's not right as well. Like, I'd love to see the temperatures of his graphics card. I'd love to see someone buy and actually test out his graphics card, which I'm definitely not doing because, Jesus Christ, I know I'm gonna only, like, use this card for one video and then throw it somewhere and, like, never touch it again. But, like, I'd love to see people test this graphics card out and just see what kind of temperatures this produces to an actually well-cooled and well-thought-out graphics card. Because this just, yikes, this is no cooling solution, if you can even call this a cooling solution. So yeah, this graphics card does not look good, does not work good, does not make any sense, and overall is just very bad. Like, usually when I look at a GPU's looks, the lowest I can give it is like a 5 out of 10, or at least like in my entire lifetime up until now, I believe the lowest rating I've given a design of a GPU is like a 6 out of 10. But this, oh man, when I saw this GPU, I realized that there are a lot more uglier GPUs out there than I previously thought there were. And if I was to give my final rating, overall rating on this GPU, then it would be like I guess like a 5 out of 10. But the looks, absolute 0 out of 10. The looks are absolute 0 out of 10. Technicality, I guess it's like a 2 or 3 out of 10. And then the practicality is like a 2 or 3 out of 10. So like a 5 or 4 out of 10, somewhere around there. But yeah, not anything above that at all. This graphics card does not deserve anything above that, and it deserves, a lower rating, if not a lower rating.